Welcome! In this video, we're going to go over how you can create precise and adjustable lines, making use of the vector layer and the figure and ruler tabs on Clip Studio Paint. This is extremely useful if you want to create very precise lines following a certain shape, and if you want to, for example, shade within a selection that is more than just that you can with basic tools achieve. So let's get started. First, I'm going to create a new vector layer, which can be done from this button here. Tada! Then I'm going to go here and select the figure tool. For you, it might have icons for the ellipse, for a curve, for the straight line, whatever. But we're going to go here and select the bezier curve. I have no idea how to pronounce that word, but maybe we will manage. And then we're going to go here and make sure that the cubic bezier is selected. And then adjust the brush size so that it's what we want, maybe something like this. Maybe a bit bigger, yeah, let's go here. And then we're going to start making lines. So first you click and you hold and you drag a bit. We can see this kind of a handle up here. This is not the line, this is just a handle. You will see soon what it does. Okay, let go. Then you can see there's this curve starting to appear and it follows the handle. And this is the actual curve we are drawing. So let's click here and hold and drag. And you see it appears. We can control the line. And let's go forward. Click and drag. Click and drag. Repeat and repeat until you have enough points that you can do what you want. And even if we make a mistake here, it's not a big deal. Just leave that in, go forward. And then we have this endpoint. We're going to click and hold, and we're going to get another handle. And as you can see, these are now reversed. We don't want that squiggly line there, so take it over and release. And now, this is why you want to use the vector layer. You could use the normal layer to draw this kind of a line, but you couldn't edit. You can't edit it afterwards. When it's on a vector layer, we can edit it. And that is done by clicking this operation tool here. We have this object selection and we're going to click here. Aha! Now, you can see that all the dots and handles we made, they have all lit up and we can edit them. So if I, for example, click here and hold, I can adjust this handle here. I can move these dots around if the shape doesn't really look good. And for example, this dot here, maybe we do not need it, this control point. So I'm going to right click and delete it. And then I'll adjust these handles and positions here appropriately to get the desired end result. These things are especially useful if you want to trace a specific outline, for example, from a drink bottle, or if you have like small, very like industrial or mechanical components in your drawing, where you want them to be really like rigid and precise looking. And okay, I'm going to say that line is well good enough there. I'm going to click here and you can see it. Okay, looks pretty nice. Let's make another one for the inner section. And now you can see that here we made a bit of a mistake. And this happens if you don't drag out the initial handles. It is now, we have these two handles and they are separate. And if we need to make really radical adjustments at points, you could make use of this kind of a feature. So then you just click and do not drag. But if we want to fix this to be like these others, we click on this and then we right click. I'm using mouse for this operation, but you could use a pen just as well. But anyways, we right click and then we click switch corner. And it essentially changes the type of control point it is. And we can keep on editing all points then. And if we wanted to like reintroduce here like a sharp point, we could click switch corner and it would make it a sharp again. And here again, there's other tools here, as you can see, but we're not going to go into those now. You could add points, all kinds of stuff. Play around with it and try out what it does for yourself. This isn't really no, that's Finnish for oh well. So I am a Finn. That's good enough for now. It looks kind of wonky here, but bear with me a little while. So the next thing we're going to do is use the ruler tool. So that's the line tool, or well, the figure tool. In Photoshop, this function would be equal to the pen tool. So if you've ever used Photoshop and you wanted the functionality of the pen tool into the Clip Studio, this is how you do it. Vector layer and Bezier curve. That's how you get it. But anyways, ruler tool. Let's go here. Okay, we have a lot of different kinds of rulers here, but we're going to use for this one the curve ruler. And make sure we have cubic Bezier selected. Actually, first we're going to let's add a bit of color to that. So blop blop. So this is a ring. So let's say it's made of gold. And yeah, okay. Makes it a bit easier to see what we're actually doing here. A little reordering of the layers. We get the sketch on top. Blah blah. All that kind of good stuff. Now, let's make a new layer. No, let's not make it a raster layer. I already told you like make a vector layer, but I'm already making mistakes on my own. But yeah, let's create a new vector layer and go to the ruler. Anyways, take the tool here and pick the curve ruler and Bezier, cubic Bezier. Then what we're going to do is, like I have the sketch, I gotta know, okay, the ring is going to go there and there. I'm going to click here and drag, click here and drag, create this like imagined outline of this side of the ring. And as you can see, this is exactly the same that we did with the other line tool. So same controls, same everything. Here and here and here and blah, blah. Then we can just like plot it here, whatever we want, and done. It creates this pinkish line, but it is not actually a line on the picture. Like if you go to another layer, it disappears. The line is there only to provide you a visual guide to where the actual ruler is at the moment. And like with the other one, we can go to operation, click on it, and we can edit it again. And this is exactly the same. Like I'm not really feeling how this is going here. So a bit of adjustment, yeah, put that there more, got this going there, round it up a bit, something like that. And I'm doing this pretty quickly, but if you were doing it for yourself for a proper project, you might want to spend a bit more time adjusting the selection to be more precise and more perfect, because you can get really precise with this tool. Anyways, select it. What layer do we have here? Remember, kids, always remember to name your layers so you aren't as lost as I am. So anyways, we're going to go here, create a new layer, and I'm going to demonstrate shading while making use of that ruler tool. So I'm going to right click here and pick selection from ruler. And you can see we have these lines. So it creates a selection along the lines. I'm going to create a new layer here. I already made a layer, but create a clipping mask, so it only limits the drawing to the yellow area, since the yellow area is under that layer. Grab a black color, and take this soft brush here. And let's say we have light coming from this side, so we have more shadow here. So and let's say, yeah, bit here, yeah, and then let go. So deselect. So now you can see the benefit of using that curved organic selection. We have this hard line here and a soft line here. and you can see how it creates essentially like an illusion of different kind of a shape. In a real ring, you wouldn't have this sharp of an edge here, so I would probably go here and maybe Gaussian blur it a bit to get it round up from there in there. And yeah, and maybe it's a bit more, so I could probably take an eraser. And this isn't really this kind of a drawing tutorial, but like kind of show you the work kind of how I would do this kind of work. Okay, and that's pretty nice. And that is essentially the ruler tool. I'll demonstrate a bit more playing with it to shade more of this ring, and that's probably going to be it. And here you can see, after a little bit of fiddling, I actually made a new ring because I messed up a bit, so I had to make a new one. But yeah, and with this kind of techniques, you could get something like this done, for example. So I hope this has been of use to you, and if you want to see more stuff like this, do the YouTube things, and maybe I'll see you in another video. Thanks and goodbye.